Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Ilhan Omar, and others have been in the news quite a bit over the weekend and on Monday. But I'm not going to concentrate on the tweets that have been going around in the press conferences. Instead, I'm going to tell you why it's pretty evident that people just don't like Ilhan Omar or Ocasio-Cortez. Hey everybody, I'm Chad Hasty, host of the Chad Hasty Show, which airs weekday mornings, 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time on News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 a.m. KFYO. This piece came out from Axios over the weekend from a Democrat polling company that basically the consulting company here, they don't want their name to be leaked because they still have to work with the Democrats and the Socialists within the Democrat Party. But the evidence is pretty clear here when it comes to swing voters, moderate voters who are out there. Ocasio-Cortez, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and Ilhan Omar are not really liked by the majority of people in this country. Quote, "If all voters hear about is AOC, it could put the House majority at risk," said a top Democrat who was involved in the 2020 congressional races. "She's getting all the news and defining everyone else's races." Also, the poll that was done were of white non-college voters who embraced Trump in 2016, but are needed by Democrats in order to hold on to the House and in some of these swing districts. Ocasio-Cortez, her name was recognized by reportedly 74% of voters, but only 22% had a favorable view. When it comes to Ilhan Omar, well, the numbers get a little bit worse. 53% of voters knew who Ilhan Omar was, and out of that, only 9% had a favorable view of Ilhan Omar. And it's quite easy to see why. These are folks who really don't like the United States of America. When you are promoting socialism, when you're talking about how America is a racist country, when you're talking about how we need to fundamentally change the United States of America, it's quite easy to see how you're not a fan of the United States. Ilhan Omar and Ocasio-Cortez and the rest of the squad out there, not big fans of the country, not big fans at all. They want to change the values of this country. They want this country to be a socialist nation. If you love the United States as it stands right now, there is no way in hell that you want the United States to become a socialist nation. These people do want the country to become a socialist nation. They want us to ditch everything that we know about America. They want us to ditch the U.S. Constitution, the Second Amendment, freedom of speech. They want us to ditch all of this so that way they can have a government that is more socialist, or what they call fair. These are people who say that the rule of law is basically running concentration camps along the border. They're wrong about all of this. And so there's really, it makes sense why so many people in America don't really like Ilhan Omar, and they don't really like Ocasio-Cortez. What I can say about this, and this is what, going back to the tweets that the president sent out, I wish he would have kind of stayed out of this whole thing because, over the weekend you had Nancy Pelosi and Ocasio-Cortez's folks doing battle with each other. They're going to continue to do battle because this is a big civil war within the Democrat Party. And it's fun to watch as a Republican, as a conservative. It's fun to watch this really break out. But as Americans, we need to be concerned about this because there are people, elected members of Congress, the squad, if you will, who want to fundamentally change this country. But so does Elizabeth Warren, so does Kamala Harris, so does Bernie Sanders. They want to fundamentally change the outlook of this country. So does Julian Castro, Beto O'Rourke. All these people are marching down the socialist pathway. They're not fans of the country, and it seems as though the country, not fans of them either. Tune in to the Chad Hasty Show weekday mornings, 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time on News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 a.m. KFYO.